Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. The Packers are 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they've gotten a pretty good deal from the schedule makers as well. Home dates in Weeks 1 and 2.
And I would believe that they would need to take advantage of that, partner, because as you can imagine, the road dates will pile up later this season. So this is a great opportunity for them to put some early distance on the rest of the division and create a little bit of a cushion for them for later in the year.
It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one, and there's an example on this first possession of the game.
Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. Throw left side complete. That's Jones. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Well, speed is definitely a calling card if you play cornerback in this league, and he does a terrific job there of hustling in quickly to make the play.
And you can just see that whole play developing. That's where, as a defender, you just lock in on your target and say, I'm not even thinking about breaking stride. I'm running straight for the belt buckle because where it goes, that's where you find his body, and he's able to get in there and make a great play.
And he's brought down. And his top speed, as computed by next-gen stats, not bad. He was pushing 20 miles an hour.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
Rodgers tapping this forward on the jet sweep. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Christian Watson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Packers will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. A short kick taken at the 18. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Mitchell now to kick off the drive. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down. This defense for the Packers, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Throwing is Wilson. Will throw that one away.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, just 2 series in here, Charles, but everything's gone to script so far. They got a touchdown on their first drive. Their defense holds, and now they've got a chance to take a 2-score lead.
And to co-sign with you, exactly the start they scripted up. And really, that kind of start, that can set the tone for the game for them.
And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Now this time, Rodgers will throw. This is caught. It's Christian Watson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. Now a play fake. Rodgers. He's got Tunyon complete over the middle. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive. He comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Now Jones. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. Back at the 5-yard line now. 2nd and goal. Here's Rodgers. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Throwing now is Rodgers. This is caught. And it's a Packers touchdown. 2 touchdown passes now here in this first quarter for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. A short kick taken at the 18. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Play action. It's Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner. And with good reason, as you saw there.
It only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You call that pick in early, and he shows why he was so coveted with that interception there.
Jones with a first down carry, and he's going to wind up losing a couple as he's stopped behind the line.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
On 2nd and 12, Rodgers. Tunyon's got it on the out route. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Let's not quibble about the game there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
The coverage by
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Wilson's throw pulled in by Kittle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. On 1st down, Wilson. That's caught. He finds Danny Gray. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
They'll roll him out right. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Here's a throw off the scramble, and that's complete out left. 23 yards the pickup there.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
He will push his way down to about the 14. Rashawn Gary, the man to bring him down. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
On 2nd down, here's Mitchell. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
The tight end Kittle has it on the left side, and he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it'll be 4th down. Santos' kick is up and through, and they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD, and it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
Taken at the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it, touchdowns.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. On play action, Rodgers. Open man left side, it's the tight end Tunyon. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now it's Rodgers. He finds Watson complete. Touchdown! Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes. And the Packers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Wilson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. On 3rd down, here's Mitchell. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. fielded just inside the 20. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
On play action, now Rodgers. Flushed and eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Throw right side, hauled in by Dobbs. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon getting set for quarter number 3 here. The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports. Very short kick taken right at the 20. And he'll be out of bounds here, a yard shy of the 25 at the 24. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. But that one is going to sting. First play of the 3rd quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this 3rd quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
It's a room to maneuver. And down inside the 15 he goes. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the first down as well.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. To throw, it's Rodgers. He'll go right back to Tunyon. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. To throw is Rodgers. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further. Whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. On the move to his left. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Eric Stokes. Still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is a team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too.
Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. They'll try and run for it with Jones. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Rodgers going to throw. Touchdown, Packers! 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers have opened the lead up to 30. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Fields this way up at the 17. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a 1-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
2nd down and goal. Wilson, touchdown 49ers. George Kittle from 8 yards out. And the 49ers are able to cut into that deficit. Santos able to tack on the extra point. And the lead is down to 24. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
Lambeau Field, one of the best home field advantages in the NFL, no doubt. And they're a happy bunch here as the Packers lead third quarter. Now here's a throw that's complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
26.
On play action, it's Rodgers. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 15-yard line. This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. And this is thrown to the sideline. No receiver in the area, though, and that's going to bring out a flag. We saw it, too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. Their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago. I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
Hey, 626.
Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. Escaping the pressure right. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You'd have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Devondre Campbell, nice play to get in there and drop it.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line. first down. Rodgers looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jones. Looking to throw again on second down. Rodgers. He'll find Jones again. Complete. And the Packers are going to have a first and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. Rodgers now to throw. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Aaron Rodgers on fire, his 5th touchdown pass of the ball game. And the Packers are on their way to a 2-0 start. Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. But we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Play action. Now Wilson. Steps away to his left. And this complete to Mitchell. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is. Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Shoves him aside. And he's going to have the Niners first down. His good running gets him to about the 44. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. First down, here's Mitchell. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 23 yards the pickup there. A give running right is Mitchell. Brought down at the 20.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
Another run with Mitchell. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Santos with the extra point, and the lead is down to 24. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. taken at about the 1. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That goes for a gain of 31.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the third quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the fourth quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
Stiff-armed him. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
26.
Rodgers looking to throw. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach. And maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up. But he certainly will have some explaining to do.
Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them.
This is caught inside the 15. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.